Howdy, howdy, and welcome to My Bloody Judy with your final forgets, myself, Zachary Patton Garcia.
And Ian Carlos Crawford.
And welcome to the first of My Bloody Judy's monthly horror news. This episode's going to be really, it's going to be a little bit messy, but we're going to get tighter as we do more episodes on this, so, bear with us for a second. But
we're going to get tighter as we go along.
Get tighter. The faggots are going to get tighter, you know. But we're just going to talk about kind of some of the horror news that came out this month. We're not going to get everything, so don't bitch at us, but we're just going to talwhat about the things that stood out to us. Going around Twitter, what's going around Twitter right now? I guess we could start there.
So,
did you see that? What were you going to say?
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
Yeah, there's been this clip of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, yes.
Which I didn't realize Jamie Lee Curtis even had a podcast. You knew that though, right?
I knew she had a podcast, but I have not listened to it because that sounds like a lot. I love her. Sometimes I even have to skip the interviews, you know? She's a lot sometimes.
That's surprising because I feel like you like her very.
Oh, she is like my great aunt, but I cannot listen to an hour-long podcast of my great aunt, okay? It's called Good Friend, and she's been doing it for a little while.
Yeah, which is weird, right?
Yeah, somebody gave Jamie Lee Curtis a podcast. How do you decide that Jamie Lee Curtis needs a podcast and reach out to her?
You know, I feel like someone probably was like, we can make money off this, and she was probably like, all right, but I'm only showing up. That's the only work I'm doing. Because I think of and I know I brought this up a zillion times, and I'm sorry bringing it up again, but I think of when I interviewed Ming Na Wen for Slayer Fest, and she literally was like, I'm in the need of starting a podcast. What do you do for how much work do you put in? And she was like, oh, that's too much work. Never mind. She literally said it sounded like.
I think a lot of people think it's just easier said than done, right? It's a lot of work. This takes a lot, because that's the thing, right? It's fun work and we enjoy it, but the hours it takes out of your life is. You don't even get paid for it, you know? Yeah.
Anytime someone tells me they're thinking of starting a podcast, and I'm like, don't do it unless you're ready to vote a lot of your free time.
Yes, absolutely. My social life is going down. But this clip of Jamie Lee Curtis.
This is our social life.
This is our social life. I consider this my social time. When I talk to you, yeah.
I always tell people at work or something, I'm like, the only person I interact with socially is Zach. We don't even see each other in person.
I enjoy it though. Somebody was giving me a hard time about it the other day, and I was like, but I enjoy doing my work. I enjoy doing this, and this is my social time. I'm okay, you know? I'm okay. So this podcast Jamie Lee Curtis has, I guess there's a clip going around from an episode that came out a year ago.
Yeah.
Lea Michele, describe it.
So it's Lea Michele they're talking about Glee, and Lea Michele and Jonathan Groff are guesting together, and she's talking about Glee. She's like, oh, we won this many Emmys, and Jamie Lee Curtis goes, but you didn't win any Emmys.
She's like, they won Emmys. But did you win the Emmys? You didn't win the Emmys.
And it's fucking brutal, but clearly they're friends, so it's not like she's just being mean. It's they know each other.
It is funny. It looks just scrolling through Jamie Lee's podcast, it looks like it's all of her celebrity acquaintances and friends. I'm surprised Kyle Richards is not on there. I didn't see her, so
Kyle Richards probably asked him to be on there.
It is not a podcast I need to listen to. It just is not. Do a full episode on Halloween and let us know some Halloween stuff. I'll listen to that one. But that clip is so fucking funny. It is really funny. There's did you ever see the clip of there was a reality show going to be made a while ago, and it was about ex-members of girl bands, and they were meeting and stuff like that. And so Keely and Farrah, or Keely was from 3LW and Cheetah Girls, and Farrah was the fourth member of Destiny's Child, but she was only in it for 6 months and she got kicked out. And so they met and they were talking, and Farrah's like, yeah, and when I was with Destiny's Child, we sold all of these records, and Keely's like, but did you sell? It is so fucking funny, and it gives me all of this energy here. So I very much appreciated this. There was also I guess you sent me a trailer for this documentary called It, or Pennywise, the story of It, that came out last year, and I guess is making the rounds on social media now, but I had never even heard of this.
I don't understand, because literally the trailer that I have up on YouTube says it just came out in 2022, the trailer. So I don't understand. And
I'm confused about this. Maybe they're two different things.
There might be, because it was at the top of bloody disgusting. It was at the top of their feed like 2 days ago. So
Yeah, that's weird because then when you search it on Amazon Prime, you can see the documentary. You can rent it for like $4.99. But whatever, I am very disappointed. I didn't know this that was a thing, and I have to watch it immediately. When I was younger, I loved all the behind the scenes stuff. So like a 4-hour documentary about the making of Rob Zombie's Halloween, I was all in on that shit, you know. And so this brings the child out in me, and I'm
you
very
know,
excited to watch it.
I think sometimes I'm like hit or miss with stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's that Netflix series. What is it called? Like, is it How Did This Get Made? I don't know if that's actually the
Yeah,
title.
yeah, where they talk about the makings of like famous movies, right?
I thought the Halloween and Friday the Third or Nightmare on Elm Street ones were kind of boring.
But that's because you and I are horror fans who already know all of that stuff, and those documentaries are very paint by numbers.
That's
if
true,
you don't,
yeah,
if you already know, because that is the same Halloween documentary that has been made time and time again. Okay,
That's
if you
fair,
want a
yeah.
really good Halloween documentary, Halloween 25 Years of Terror, it's a fantastic Halloween documentary. It's very old by this point, but like it's still really, really good. But the Pennywise, the story of it, it looks like it's pretty promising. It's got like, because I don't know much about the original It
Yeah.
and how that was made. So,
And Seth Green's one of the commentators on it.
oh, is he? Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. What else we got? Let's go into like the news portion of this. I guess a couple trailers have been coming out. They them. It's so the
It's called
announcer
They
guy.
Slash Them.
I don't like that. The announcer guy very clearly at the end of the trailer says they slash them. I'm like, are these straight people saying this? Because nobody says they slash them.
But it's a pun, Zachary.
Ah.
Because
Oh, I get it. I'm okay with it now. I take it back.
oh,
I
now
like
you
it.
like it.
I like slash.
I thought you didn't.
I didn't pick up on it.
it. You did, and you didn't like the pun. That's why you didn't like it.
Ian, I don't pick up on these things very easily, okay? You got to give me a moment, okay? I have to say it, think about it. But so They Slash Them is going to be coming out on Peacock August 5th, 2022, and we got the most recent trailer just like 9 days ago, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
What'd you think about that?
I think it's a cool trailer. I'm definitely interested. It definitely does have a lot of vibes of our friend Adam Sass's conversion therapy book. Even the point where there is like a blonde lady who looks a little like not right. Who's
You
like
recognized her, right? She was from True Blood.
Oh, was she? Who was she?
Yeah, I'm super excited to see her. in
Wait, was
this.
she the waitress?
She was the late. Oh yes, yeah. In True Blood, yeah, she was the waitress.
Okay, yeah, I like that character.
Arlene.
Yeah. But it does, and it like the thing is the trailer looks good, but I can't quite tell because everything feels very separate. Like it feels like,
Yeah.
oh, we see some kills, but that doesn't seem to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it didn't, I don't know. But what do you think of it?
I thought it looked like it's going to be enjoyable. Kevin Bacon has a hard sell for me, right? I'm not a big Kevin Bacon fan. Have my own
He's a
reasons
bad
for
guy.
that. I'm really happy that the girl from True Blood's in this. That kind of made me a little bit excited. And then the whole concept is exciting, right? But this is also a concept that like we've gotten from our friend Adam Sess's book,
Yeah, yeah.
Surrender Your Sons. And it does feel very Surrender Your Sons-y. But it's still like, it's a horror film and I kind of want to support it. And it's a queer horror film. So I really want to support that. Yeah. And it, I don't know. The trailer is a little weird to me. I think the trailer has the like psychological horror in it.
Yeah.
Even
Even though sometimes we
slasher.
see like
Yeah.
a legit slasher, right? Like that's what it looks like.
But it's
yeah.
doing the thing where it's like one shot she's serious and then it cuts in with a shot of her like smiling very
Right.
crookedly, and I don't like the mixing of those two like trailer edit types. It kind of gets stuff like that can usually get confusing if it is not both.
Yeah.
So if it turns out not to have any psychological elements to it, then the trailer confused me already, But it looks enjoyable. We're gonna watch it, and we I don't know if we're gonna cover it. Do you know?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe we might if we like it. Do you know if it was made by queer people?
I don't.
I feel like it should have been. We probably
I
should
would
have
think
looked that
so.
up.
I feel like even that idea, like feels like someone queer pitched.
It has to have been. I guess we'll cover it. If we don't cover it in a separate episode, we'll probably talk about it in the next Judy's Horror Monthly News episode. But we did also get okay, this is my favorite trailer of the... maybe, because we also got the Halloween trailer. We got Pearl, the trailer for Pearl, and that is going to be coming out September 16th, 2022. It is the sequel to X, or the prequel to X, starring Mia Goth, and I was I think that was the most shocking part, that it's coming out in September. I thought so soon.
Well, I think they filmed them like back to back, right?
Yeah, like at the same time, so it makes sense. But for them to put it out in the same year, that's pretty fucking crazy, and I love it.
It's weird because I think I said this to you. I don't feel like I need it, but I am gonna watch it, and I do have faith that it'll be good. I'm a real hard sell on a prequel. A prequel is something to me where I'm like, I already know what happens. Like, I already know that she has to live and she'll die eventually by the hands of this girl that looks exactly like her from when she was younger. So I get a little like if we meet the guy that's her husband, we know where that ends. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only reason I'm a hard sell on a prequel, because we know exactly where it needs to end up. Like, we know how the story ends. So it feels a little like, but I did love this so much.
I love it. I'm not a hard sell on a prequel or a sequel. I love all parts of the story, especially for a story that I love. And I think this is going to be, because Pearl was a crazy old lady in X, and I didn't necessarily like her, but I love to hate her, and I really wanted to see her shit get rocked at the end. And now we're going to see her running around her farm with an axe, and that sounds fucking amazing. Mia Goth with an axe, with her hair very like slicked back, very of the time fashion. It sounds really cool to me. I
guess my thing is like, so she's gonna murder a lot of people and it'll be fine. Like, I know that's how it has to end, and so like,
they're all in the little water. They've all been fed to the gators. There was a car in X, right? A car like kind of down the line.
I forgot about that. There wasn't there?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the animal killing that we're about to get, because there was a part of, she like looks like she's gonna just put the pitchfork into the little rabbit, and I don't like things like that. But I guess when you watch Pearl, what comes with it. I am super stoked for it, though. I
do have faith that it'll be good, because I mean X. I think I liked X even more than you did, right? Because you like didn't love it as much.
No, I loved it.
Oh, okay. So maybe it was the end. Because I really loved Comeuppance. I loved her fucking running over the old lady.
I said I think my only like criticism was that I wished the women were gonna link up, but they didn't. So, but it was okay.
Yeah. And like, I'm sure I'll like it. It's just, again, that's my only thing with a prequel where I'm like, do I need this? Because I don't care. Like, I already know. But I'm sure that Gator's going to stay fed that whole movie.
Oh, probably. And it is more horror movies in 2022. 2022 is going to be a year that we talk about in a couple of years as being like, people are going to share. 2022 was a really great year for horror, That'll
be like, a tweet that gets like.
We're getting a lot of shit this year, and it's pretty cool.
And it's all been like so far pretty good, right?
Yes. Halloween Ends comes out this year. I wish it would come out another year. I don't like that it's coming out this year. I just have to say it. I don't like it. It's not sitting with me. I think it's too soon. I need a year to process, okay? I need a year before this ending of Halloween Ends. But Halloween Ends, the teaser trailer came. It felt more like a teaser trailer than an actual trailer, right?
Yeah, because we didn't see that much.
Came out a couple of weeks ago.
We like that better than the other Halloween Kills trailer, which showed us the whole movie.
Absolutely. So this movie's coming out October 14th, 2022, and it is Laurie and Michael's final outing, as we've heard time and time again. So is it really? We don't know, but we're gonna get a lot of promotional. That's what I think we'll get a lot of promotion with. It's like Laurie Strode's final movie. Her final appearance as Laurie Strode. We're gonna get a lot of that, and I just hope that we get like
the good payoff,
side-by-side footage of like a new movie and original movie, instead of just like giving us too much of the new movie, because but I think somebody knows that on the team, that like we fucked up with kills,
I feel like they have to know, right? Like,
especially with this trailer, it was very watered down. It's not a trailer that it's not.
Zach, you're saying things that I would be scared to say to you.
It's not being really talked about all that much anymore, like it kind of like faded away a little bit, and I kind of enjoyed that. I feel stress-free when people are not buzzing about it too much, and so I'm very much looking forward to it.
Which brings us to a segue that
that's what I was going
to do. Because people are buzzing way too much about the new Scream, where like we've had to mute. Zach and I have both talked about how we're like, and you never mute, but like we've both been muting Scream accounts because too many people are like,
yes,
it's like day by day, this picture was on set, and also then it's like a whole thread. It's like, ew, I don't like that this is going on, or oh my god, the queen of doing, and it's like, we have no idea what's going on. Everyone fucking relax. And circulating on Twitter for the last few days,
yesterday it came out,
and it was a picture of Neve Campbell confirmed on set, which then turned out to be fake. And I was really annoyed when I first saw it, so I was like, man, I don't want this spoiled for me. But which is wild because if you do zoom into the picture, it's very much like
not enough. I looked at everybody. I couldn't find any like Neve Campbell looking people.
They're talking about the woman who's like clearly on production with headphones
in the grass.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
Right?
Who leaked this? But it did like infuriate me because I think I probably saw the same exact tweet that you did. There was no spoiler warning. There was nothing.
Yeah.
It just said in the very first line, Neve Campbell like confirmed to be on the Scream set or something like that. And it fucking infuriated me because that was not something that was announced by the studio. It was not something that was announced by her. And I was like, I don't want shit like that coming out in a leak. I don't want that in a leak. If there's a press announcement, I'll take that.
Sure.
But I know leaks like that. But this is the thing with the Scream fans, and you're right. I don't mute people. I don't block people on my social media unless they like get really out of hand and come out of their face. You know, I have the Trumps muted and I have Scream stands muted.
I love that. That's it. I really love that. That's all you have muted on Twitter. Zach.
That is fucking sad. That I have to have them muted side by side, okay? Because they'll like they all like, not all, okay. Scream stands, really extreme ones who have gotten their platforms because of Scream, like retweeting Scream News and talking about Scream News, and like that's the only way they've gotten a following. And they all talk to each other like, well, my following's bigger than yours. You just want part of my following. Fucking weird, man. Fucking weird. They just all are so intense about getting the scoop before anybody else that they do not even care about spoiling the movie. This whole movie will be spoiled by the time it comes out, and I'm really worried about that. There will be major plot points spoiled only because they want the fucking attention. Because they haven't gotten the fucking attention from anybody in their lives, apparently. Somebody needs to be in their life giving them a little bit of attention, I think, because I think they're too much on Twitter right now.
And like, if they're like, I like that they're not like, I kind of like the idea of us going and being like, I'm not sure if Neve Campbell's going to be in this movie. I like that. And like, just shut up. Leave it at that, where it's like, if she is, it can be a nice surprise. I mean, if she's not, I will be a little bummed that if we don't get a like surprise cameo, but like, okay.
And I'm okay with people doing what they do. There's a lot of people who like to theorize. There's a lot of people who like to make theorizing videos. There's a lot of people who do like the spoilers. You know, I really appreciate when I see, because there's that function on Twitter where you could blur something out and you have to hit view. And I like the people who do that. And then it says if you want Scream spoilers, if you want it like, hit this. I appreciate those people, but then people will take that post, they will screenshot that post, and they will post it without any fucking like barrier. You know, give me a fucking barrier, because I cannot keep up with all of these people who are just like coming left and right and just spoiling everything. Okay, it's everybody has a fucking friend in production. Everybody has like a friend who like has the script. You know, like fuck off, people. Fuck off.
And I will say. I mean, I don't even think he listens, but like one of the only like people that keeps up with it who does a good job of, if it's a spoiler, is Critical Overlord on Twitter. He's very good at like, or being like, this is a fucking stupid rumor. And he's very good at like, if it's a spoiler, he'll put like the tag on it and shit like that. And that I don't mind, right? Like, okay.
I like him. I like, who is it? Behind the Mask.
Beyond the Mask.
Yes. He just does YouTube videos, you know? You don't have to click the YouTube video. If you want to click the YouTube video, go click the YouTube video. Do not put a spoiler where I have no chance to kind of like get away from it. Yeah. It's like right in my fucking face. And if that had been real, I would have been livid. I'd have said something. I most likely would have said something.
Because I texted you at first because I was so fucking mad. And I was like, oh my God, watch out. And then I was like, oh, wait, it's fake. Never mind.
I went to the comments immediately because I always want to check before I kind of go off on people. And I went to the comments and there's people like, yeah, but how do you know this is real? Where's your source, you know? And I'm zooming in and I'm like, where is she? And I'm like, how the fuck do you see any of that? That doesn't even look like her body type. What are you talking about?
It really doesn't, right? Like... Because what I did was I just like quickly scrolled by because I was like, I didn't want to look at the picture because I don't want it to spoil. But then once I was like, I saw people being like, oh, there's a fake. I was like, all right, now let me go look at it. And like, really, who? Yeah, it does not look like her. Like, I don't understand.
It's annoying, man. It's annoying. I understand that we're all excited, but like have some consideration for the other Scream fans who are on here who don't want the whole thing spoiled for us, you know? I think they did a really great job with their promotion for 5. And we didn't have a lot that was spoiled. You know, they put out their press pictures. We could see that the house was in it, who was going to be in it. We saw all of that stuff. That's fun stuff, you know? Even some of the set photos that we've been seeing as they film in Canada, like that's cool stuff to see. And I can kind of like theorize in my head what's going to happen. But like when you start giving plot points away and like who's getting this chase scene, who's getting that chase scene. There was a picture that I really had to avoid that came out with an ambulance, and somebody was like under the covers or something like that, or on a gurney, and I had to like really quick go by that because I was like, I don't even want that. I don't even want that, you know?
Yeah, like you said, I agree. Set pics are fine if it's like, oh, like there was a picture going around of like Gail standing with.
Yeah,
Jenna
it's
Ortega,
exciting.
like,
It's exciting to see her. Like, I want to see what you're wearing, you know?
Yeah,
That's fun.
That shit, I like. That's fine. We're not like crazy. Like that's not a spoiler. That's fine. We know they're in the movie, so like, sure. And like shit like that, like you said, it's fun because then you're like, oh, what's going on? Blah blah blah. But like anything super, I don't know. I also don't understand why they want that. Like, I don't know. Like, you and I love Scream. It's like I want to go in to be like, I wonder if Sydney's gonna be in. You know what I mean? I like that.
I don't think
and
they
I
care.
would love it
it's
to
just
be a
attention.
surprise.
It's just attention. They want attention. They're attention hungry, and they clearly don't have it in their everyday life. So, if that's how you have to get it. Then
She's brought it. She's brought it today.
A fuck. Don't ruin my fucking viewing experience. Don't do it. I'm looking at you, Blumhouse. I'm coming for you, Jason Blum. What else we got? Anything?
So, on Scream, Neve Campbell did the
that was fun.
That donating blood commercial. That's very much it's not actually Stu's house, right? But it looks like Stu's house.
The kitchen looked a lot like it because
right?
the stairway didn't. The stairway didn't, and I was like, no, that's not it. But then the kitchen looked like it. But I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But she was in this like because it was with a bunch of other celebrity cameos too, wasn't it? It wasn't just her, but she was like kind of reenacting her scream sort of stick too. For the Red Cross.
I didn't know that anyone else was a celebrity in that trailer.
I didn't know either. But I was skipping through their parts too. I have to be honest.
But she looks great, and they have her dressed very clearly on purpose.
Yeah,
the way she's
fucking
dressed
wonderful,
in the last Scream.
Wonderful.
I love when she's carrying. Is it an axe or a bat, or is it both? Because I'm like, I want to see Sidney Prescott carrying.
It's probably a bat. I couldn't imagine they would give her with a gun for a commercial, right?
No. I think it was a bat or an axe, is what I'm saying. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I would like to see Sidney Prescott holding one of those weapons.
Sidney Prescott with an axe. Oh, she's held an axe before. In Scream 2.
Oh, right, because she gets
the
for the set. Right. But she looks great in the commercial. She's wearing her. I think that might be the same jacket she wore in Scream 5, but I don't know.
If she gets disrespected on this franchise, I hope she gets another one. Give her another franchise. You know? Give her something. Yeah. Because she's just like, she's great. She's again like Sarah Michelle Gellar. She's just fantastic in horror. And it plays to her strengths. I think she also works in other stuff too, though. Whereas like we really love Sarah Michelle Gellar in horror, I think Neve Campbell also fits in other things, and I enjoy watching her in other things.
I've never seen the movie Skyscraper, but my mom loved her in Skyscraper.
She was so cool in Skyscraper. She was like an ass kicker. Like she was great. It was fantastic, and I saw her on the big screen watching Skyscraper. So I was like, yeah, man, go for Neve Campbell.
My parents watched that, and I was like, oh, the because my mom's never watched Scream, but I was like, oh, the woman I love from Scream's in that. And she was like, who'd she play?
The woman I love from Scream.
And I was like, and then she plays his wife, and she was like, oh, I loved her. And she said that she liked that she was tough.
Yeah. Well, our big piece of news here. Yeah, you want to introduce that?
So, I mean, everyone knows at Comic-Con, it was announced that Sarah Michelle Gellar will be starring in the new Teen Wolf spinoff, Wolfpack. Yeah. And I definitely cried watching the video of her coming out at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Just because I love the way they built it up. Like, I love that they had the guy say, like, oh, I would love to work with Sarah Michelle Gellar. And then he's like, why don't we ask her? And, like, comes out. She looks fantastic. It's wild that she comes out. She doesn't even have a chair. She says hi, and they take a selfie. And
they offer her a chair, and she just she says, no, I'll stand. Yeah. She's dressed in leather Versace. I know it's called Versace, but it's Versace to my American ass. She looks fan-fucking-tastic. Like, her hair's done immaculate. Her makeup. I love the winged thing that they did with her makeup as well. Like, it was good. I have to say, the fanfare in that room when she came out was not up to the level it should have been. Okay. Those were clearly not queer Buffy fans in that audience. None of those people have seen Tyler Posey slap his dick, apparently, because that audience would have gone wild for Sarah Michelle Gellar.
That is a fair point. Yeah, you and I would have been like crying and throwing up and pooping.
I know. the actual like screaming, crying, throwing up.
And so I was like, before we did this, I was like, well, Zach, we don't really know what she's gonna star in, right? And Zach, you got all the info, right?
And this is she's gonna be in a Teen Wolf prequel. It's called Wolfpack. It is based on a book of the same name by Canadian horror author Ido van Belkom.
And that's so weird that
I'm
they're
not saying it right.
adapting a horror novel into the Teen Wolf universe, right?
I wonder if it's connected at all, though. I wonder if, like, was Teen Wolf, because I know that was an 80s movie, right, with, like, Michael J. Fox. Was that a book ever?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
We didn't do the research on that part. I'm sorry, guys.
And also, the Michael J. Fox was like not horror. It was like a silly comedy about like a teen that turned into a werewolf sometimes.
I wonder if the show was based on a book then. But anyway, so the show Wolfpack that Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to be in, it focuses on two teenagers who are caught in a wildfire and are wounded by a supernatural creature. In the aftermath, they discovered they're werewolves and develop an intense bond together. The two team up and encounter two other teenagers, the adoptive children of a park ranger who went through a similar strange wildfire 16 years ago. Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to star as arson investigator Kristen Ramsey. I do like the name Ramsey for her. I think that's gonna.
It's a good
character name. Kristen Ramsey, a highly regarded expert in her field and no stranger to personal loss. Brought in by authorities to catch the teenage arson who started a massive wildfire, which this is a long fucking sentence, which may have also led to the reawakening of a supernatural predator terrorizing Los Angeles. So, like, there's a lot going on in this little part, right? They gave us, like, I feel like the basic plot about the wildfire was something, and then they gave us Sarah Michelle Gellar's whole plot line here. They're like, she's got trauma. She's an arson investigator. Okay, there's fires in Los Angeles. She's going to Los Angeles, guys. Okay, Kristen Ramsey,
and we will stand.
Yes, she's gonna be so good. I hope she looks in the show like she did on Comic-Con. I would like a high glammed, like, leather look. Okay, don't dress her down. Don't put her in no plaid. She'll rock it. She rocks everything. But, like, give me high glam Buffy. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like also Sarah Michelle Gellar probably, because she's an executive producer, right?
Yes, she's an executive producer on this.
She's not having herself wear frumpy outfits.
She could, though. That's the thing about Sarah Michelle Gellar, is that I wonder what she's thinking of this character in her mind, because I could see her thinking, wildfire, arson investigator to the forest. Yeah, I need some plaid and an undershirt. You know,
she's like, when they dress Kate Winslet in America's Town, put me in that shit.
Put it in that. Who murdered my dirter? No, I'm super stoked for this though, and I think she's gonna rock it. There's no official release date, of course. I'm guessing 2023. It has to be.
Right.
I would be surprised if it was 2024. I hope this shit has budget. Give her budget. You know. Just go all out for her. Go all out for this. Make it incredible. I'm like 50-50 on a werewolf. But I think with a werewolf show with her in it would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, but like fucking you or I, it should be like something we hate, and it's like, oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar's in it, sure, we'll give it a chance.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course we'll give it a chance. I'll watch the whole damn thing. I watched Olive Ringer. Okay, that's the Sarah Michelle Gellar stan I am, and I loved it.
I could not do Olive Ringer.
I loved it.
I did 3 episodes, and I was like, I can't.
Ian, it was exhausting. It was very tiring. Okay, and I watched it on my box TV in my teenage bedroom. Okay, like I committed to that.
It was like that scene where she's on the boat, and it's such a bad green screen. I was just like, ooh.
I've like been itching to kind of rewatch it. I really would like to. It was supposed to be an HBO show that was a lot shorter though, and I think it would have worked better as that.
Yeah.
But she got put on a network. I wonder where this is going to go. Did they say where this is going to be?
Paramount
Peacock
Plus,
or Paramount? Right? Paramount Plus.
One of those two. Yeah. I keep mixing those two services up.
I know. We're just getting all.
There's so many.
Paramount Plus though. Yeah. I hope they give them budget. Don't use green screen. Go out in the wild, you know. Go to a set. Give her a set.
Get real werewolves. Yeah.
Get real werewolves. Do all of that, right? I'm okay with it. But yeah, so that's kind of the horror news that we have for you this month. I'm sure we missed stuff. If we did, let us know. And yeah, throughout the month of August, just throw horror news out at us and we'll make sure to cover it. So thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.